Countdown. All right, cool, class. Wait, hold on. Click to unmute. Not sure if it's working. All right, so I think it is. Yeah, it is working. All right, cool. So now, can you guys see this called right here? Can you guys see this? Can you guys hear me? Yes? 'Cause yeah, all right, you guys can see it. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. So this is new. All right, so I'm trying it out. This is my second time trying it out. So today, remember, today's date is what? September 14th. So make sure you put September 14th. Okay, September 14th. Hold on. I think it's September 14th, and it's sorry for the writing because I'm writing from a pad, just so you guys can see. I'm writing from this little pad. See that? So it's kind of hard, but it's all good. Oh, look at it. I have shades too. What's up, man? What's up? Look at that. What's up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You like that? Look at that. Nah, just kidding. All right, here we go. So September 14th. Today is Monday. So go ahead and write Monday. And the beautiful thing about this is that it allows me to have different colors. Okay. Today's lesson is called combine like terms. And excuse the writing because remember I'm not writing on a paper, I'm writing on a pad. So this is the title what we're doing today. Okay? That's the title what we're as far as for today, combine like terms. So what have we done before? Okay? So so a flashback of the stuff that we've done so far. Flashback, okay, is this. We've done problems like -3 minus 7. Okay, we've done 5 plus a -4, right? We've done that before. Okay, that was our okay, that's what we were doing. So go ahead and do these two real quick. All right, go ahead and do these two. I'll give you about 30 seconds and then see how I could change color. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I could change color, and then so if you're doing this, oh, not that one. Okay, I want the color. I'm gonna circle -3. -7 is now a -7 because that's your keep change by circling it, correct? So then you should get the T chart, right? -3, -7, and my answer is -10. Okay? So far, so good? All right, go ahead and do the next one. Go. I'll give you about 30 seconds. I'll give you about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, so if you already did it, check it out. Check it out. All right. So now let's go ahead and do this real quick. So I'm going to change colors. I'm going to do that one. That one looks cool. So I'm going to circle the 5, right? And the -4 because it's already plus -4, right? I just going to keep it like that. So then I do the T chart, okay? And then you got 5. Sorry. You got 5. Oops. Sorry, something's happening. Okay, right there. 5. Something's happening with this little. Hey, why is it doing that? Hold on. I don't want that. I want the 5 and then -4. And see how it's even thicker? So then my answer is going to be positive because there's more positive. And then I subtract, right? So it's 1. Okay. So my answer is +1. Cool? So far, so good? All right. So now what we're going to be doing is now the concept. So our concept is this. So today's work, let me get a different color. Any color you guys like? I'll take dark green. Dark green. Okay. So now today's concept, we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Because remember, this is called adding integers. We're adding integers, right? Yes, here we're subtracting, but remember, when you do keep change, you're adding, right? So that's basically why it's called adding integers. Okay, this is called adding integers. Okay, see 5 plus -4. Oh, one of the things they showed me, hold on real quick, is on this, it has something on the bottom, but I don't see it. Okay, so now oh, wrong one. Okay, all right. Was it here? Hold on, real quick. They told me. No, that's a different one. No, no. I don't know where it went. Okay, that was the last period. Okay, well, whatever. It's all good. So now we go ahead and we do this work, right? So now the concept, let's do the same thing. So now our new lesson today is -3x minus 7. So what do we do now? What we did is we added an x, right? If you look at the top, it was -3 minus 7, -3 minus 7. But now the bottom one is -3x minus 7. What does that mean? Okay, that means this means -3. Well, we're not take yeah. Let's just put -3 times x. Okay, times an unknown x minus 7. All right. So I'll let you guys give you guys about another minute just to write this down. So the -3 is times x. This is times x. Remember, but mister, there's no parentheses. So remember, when you have a number and a letter together, it always means multiplication. You don't need a parentheses. All right. And I'm going to put some right here, some other examples. So here's some other examples. This is like 2y. What does that mean? That means 2 times y, a number y, times times. Sorry, let me put this times an unknown number y. Okay, so that's what it means. All right, 2 times an unknown y. So if you have another one, let's say we have 5a, that means 5 times an unknown A. You don't know what A is, okay? So for the most part, I'm getting all these little, okay? So this one, I'm going to change the color. Okay, I'm going to change this. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see this? Yes? So we have, because I'm not on Google Meet, so I can't see. I'm just, 5 times an unknown number A. Okay, because you don't know what A is. A could be 2, A could be 4, A could be 3. So 5 times 3, but we don't know what it is. So that's why it's 5 times. All right. So I'll give you guys another minute just to write that down. Okay, because they're together. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of dissect this concept. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if people are still. Yeah, these are notes. I'm actually recording this lesson, so I will be if try to leave space, and you just go ahead and fill in the space on the video. Okay, so I'm just recording it. You're welcome. Okay, so far so good. All right, so if you miss something, you can always go back to the video, so no worries about it. Okay, and then so there you go. So now we're gonna take that same thing, -3 minus 7. So negative 3x minus 7. Okay. So this whole thing, now that we have variables, because remember we were adding integers, this whole thing is now called something. Okay. So this is, now I'm going to go ahead and write this down. This is called an expression because they're all going to be different. When people say express yourself, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're happy. So, like in math, expression, I don't know why they called it expression, maybe because of that, they're all going to be different. So, happy, sad, uh, like, whoa, like, different and crying. Blah. So, this is called an expression. All right. This whole thing is called an expression. Oops, an expression. All right. So now from the expression, now it's going to break it down. Okay. So now we're going to break it down to, and so now we're going to see how we circled this. And when we did the math, we'd circle this. Now, what do you see? You see 2 circles, right? Now, what do you call each of them? Okay. So do you guys remember? Does anybody know if they could say it? No? No, this one right here. Oh, actually, let me try it differently. I'll try this green. So this is called a term. So expressions are separated by terms. So here you have one term. Here you have another term. So this equals how many terms? 2 terms. Okay, that's all you're doing. Those are 2 terms. Okay, so I'll give you guys about 30 seconds. Go ahead. Go. Write it. So expression. Okay, so we're doing the basic stuff before we get into the real work. All right, and then I'm going to do a worksheet on this. All right, so here you have 2 terms. So now, and they're different, right? Why are they different? One of them, this one here, has a what? Has an X, right? This one doesn't, right? So, well, let's talk about this one. All right, let's talk about the -3x. So the -3x, this right here can also be broken down. Okay, so now the 3, let's get the pink, let's use pink. This 3 here, -3, is called something. And that is called your, do you guys remember? What? Oops, sorry. What's happening here? I'm gonna pen. I think it's the way I hold the pen. All right. What's happening? It's called the coefficient. Coefficient. And the coefficient is -3. Okay? Because that's attached to the variable. So the coefficient is always multiplied or divided by the variable. So it's right next to each other. Okay? They're like boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay? The coefficient. All right? The coef. All right? You guys get that? The coefficient, the coef. All right? And then the x, what do you guys call the x? It's an unknown number, but it's called you guys remember that? It's called starts with the V, variable. Yes. Whoever said that in their mind, it's called a variable. Okay? You guys get it? So remember, the way I learned in high school, how do I remember that? See how the coeva. So I always said coe, COAE, and it has the VA. They're always together, the coeva. So I'm gonna write here, if you guys want, as a just to help you out, it's called the coe, which is coefficient, and then the va, the variable. Okay, coeva. And it's just the way that I remembered. Coeva. All right. I know there's a Corona, a big one called Coema. What is that called, Hector? You know that Coama? That big Coama, yeah. So it's like that, right? La Coama. Yeah, but this is called the Coeva. Yeah. Kawama? Okay, so that the Kawama, so it's sort of like this, but this is Coeva. Coeva. All right. So remember, it has the coefficient right here. Okay, the coefficient and the variable together. All right, so I'm going to make up a worksheet and you say which ones are your coefficients, which ones are your variables. Okay, and then what about the -7? It's not a coefficient with the variable, they're not together. So do you guys know what this is called? The 7 by itself? Anybody? Does anybody know what it's called? The 7 by itself? It starts with the C. Anybody? No? Okay, here we go. Maybe you might know. CONST, constant. Yes. Whoever said that in your mind, very good. So the number, the integer, just by itself, it's called a constant. All right. So this is kind of what we're doing today, just kind of, seeing the difference and so forth. All right. Can you put these two together? No, because one has an X and the other one doesn't. You have to leave it alone. All right. When it's something like this, -3x minus 7, leave it alone. Don't touch it. All right. And that's what we're going to learn about combining like terms. All right. So remember, so what did we learn today so far? So we have what? We have an expression, right? This whole thing, let me get a highlighter. This whole thing is called an expression right there, an expression. Okay, so I'll highlight it right there. See that? That's an expression, the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing. And then when you break up the expression, Then you get to, let me get the other color. You get the, where's that? You get this color. And what do you call that? You call that term. And how many terms are there? 2 terms. Okay. This is your basic stuff, but a lot of kids don't know this. A lot of kids don't know, even at the high school, they don't know this stuff. Okay. But I rather teach you this. And that's, so how many terms are there? There are 2 terms, right? 2 terms. 1, 2. Now within each term, what did we learn? We learn that there's a coeva. The coefficient with the variable are together. All right. Coefficient variable. All right. What's your coefficient? Your coefficient is -3. Right here, -3. This is your coefficient right there. -3 only. Okay. What is your variable? Only the what? Only the x. Only. This is your variable. You see, so you're breaking everything into little pieces. And then what is the -7? It's called your constant. Your constant right there. Okay, your constant. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some examples. And I wanted to, and so the worksheet that I did last night, I'm like, I'm going to do that on Thursday. Okay, so today, I mean, I'm going to send you the worksheet, but I don't have it today because I have to redo it. All right, so let's do an example. All right, it's basically identifying just the coefficient, the term, that's it. So let's try one. Okay, so let's try 3a minus 4b. So we'll do examples. 3a minus 4b. Ah. Mister, you look like a pimp. Oh, sorry. This is my Pasadena Tournament of Roses parade. Yeah. They're still gonna have this? No, they canceled it for this year. But I've had this for like 10 years. Yeah, they're gonna cancel it this year because they don't want to run the risk of, of having a lot of people with COVID because it's a whole gathering. Yeah, but huh? Have you ever got that thing that you're wearing 30? Yeah, I had a, yeah, I actually, this was in the laundry. I actually pulled it out of the, it was still in the when you take it to the laundromat and they put the cover on, it had the cover on. So I just took it off right now. Just to show you guys. All right. And then -8. All right. So here are your questions. All right. So what do you call this whole thing? It's called a what? An expression. Everything is called an expression. Okay? Everything. All this is your expression. All of it. Okay? Cool. Now, here are some questions. So I'm going to do this for your worksheet that I'll give you guys, but later on. Not, how many terms are there? How many terms are there? Hector, do you know how many terms there are on this one? Isn't Miss? Isn't it the ones that don't the 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 letters or not? Or is the one with the letters? It's all of them. Bro? All of them. So let's circle all of them. 1, 2, 3, and which one more? The 4. So how many terms? So if you already did this, good job. So you're going to have number 4. So far, so good? Okay. So another question I'm going to ask is this. Which ones are your const? Ooh, let me change the color. Very simple stuff. Okay. Coefficients. Coefficients. All right. So remember, the coefficient has the coeva, the variable. Okay. So which one are your coefficients? So I'm going to put coe, and then I'm going to change it. I'm going to give you the red here, and I'm going to put a red right here, and then coeva, right? And then this is the variable. I'll just put it right there for you. So which one has the coeva, the coefficient with the variable? But I only want the coefficient, which is the number. So this one right here, coeva, coeva, coeva. So which one is my coefficient for the first one? Remember, it's the number. So it's, yes, it's 3. So I'm going to put down right here 3. What's the next one? Yeah, -4. Remember, not 4. It's also -4. So you got to make sure you put the -4. All right, so -4. And what about this one? This one has coeva? Yes, -5. So -5. So far, so good? And that's all we're doing. I didn't want to do all everything together in one. I did for the first period, I just gave it everything to him, but then I had to change it. All right. So now what are your variables? Cordova, what are your variables? Remember, those are the letters. Yeah. So that, and remember, those represent a number because it's 3 times A. I don't know what A is. -4 times B. I don't know what B is. And -5 times, I don't know what C is. So that's your variable. So your A, B, and C. That's it. Those are your variables. And then we're missing the -8. What is that? That is going to be your, I'll change. Anybody, what color do you guys want me to put? Pink? All right, cool. I'll do pink. So what's your constant? Constant. And that, remember, that's the number by itself. So what's the number by itself? Jose, what's the number by itself? -8. So that is your constant. Very good. And that's it. Kind of easy stuff, but a lot of kids don't know this. And you're like, wait, I get this. Yeah. But then this is going to help us when we do all the other stuff. All right. That's why I wanted to do this. All right. So far, so good? All right. Let's do another one, and I'm going to change it up. Huh? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll give you guys another minute. Go ahead and write that. Sorry. Maybe I was going too fast for some of you guys. Sorry. All right, go. Here we go. So hopefully it's recording. Huh? The coefficients are the numbers by the letters, right? Right, correct. The coefficients are the numbers by the letter. The numbers that you're multiplying with the letter. And the variables are the letters themselves? The letters themselves. And then the constant is just the number by itself. Okay. The integer by itself. Okay. So remember, the coefficient is the number you're multiplying with the letter, the ones that are together, like a boyfriend, girlfriend. All right. So let's do another example. Okay. So let's try another one. Example number 2. Okay. All right. So let's try 5x squared minus 4y to the third minus 2. Okay. So now in the homework that I'm going to give you guys later on, I mean not today. Again, how many terms? I'm going to tell you. Terms. So it's going to be number of terms. Huh? Number of terms. And then hold on, let me see. And then which one are your coefficients? Okay. And then the coe, and then the va, which is a variable. the variables. And this is a little tricky. And then your constants. Okay? Your constant or constants. All right. There could be two. There, you know what? Let's put another one. Let's put a negative +7. Let's put a +7. Okay? That's fine. Okay? So go ahead and do that real quick. I'll give you by about another minute or so. Okay? And then if you want to do it by yourself, that's cool too. All right? And remember, this is recorded. Hopefully, it's going to stop recording. Hopefully. I mean, if not, then you do the other period, and I'll put the link. All right. So now, what do we do? So how many terms do we have? I don't have the list. How many terms? Anybody? Drew? Drew, how many terms are in this expression? Drew? So remember, this is an expression, right? This whole thing is called an this is called an expression. Okay, so this is called an expression. All of this is called ooks. Terrible writing right there. Expression. Uh-oh, what's that? What's that? Get out. All right, get out. So how many? So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the number of terms, we have 4. 4 terms. What are the coeva, the coefficient variables? So I want only the coefficient because the coeva, these are together. Okay? So what are your coefficients? So your coefficients, let me pick a color. Let's see. Let me pick that blue. I like that one, dark blue. So it's 5, right? This one right here, the coefficient with variable, coeva. These are together. And what? -4. What about the variable? Now here's the tricky one. The variable is the letter. So what are the letters? Some of you guys are going to put x squared. No, that's what you do when you have the number. You square it, but the letter is only x. See that? And then only y. That's your letter. Okay? Because what happens with when you get, let's say y is 3, then you're going to cube it. You're going to multiply 3 times 3 times 3. All right? Or if it's 5, 5 times 5 times 5. That's what you're going to do to it. But your letter is, your variable is x and y. And what's your constant? The one that's by itself, the numbers by itself with no letter is what, Carlos? -2 and? +7. Yeah, very good. +7. You see the difference? Now, what if I added another, let's say if I add z, a z, plus z. Now, what is this? This is now going to be another term, right? So this is going to be another term. So the 4 is going to be a 5, right? But what's my coefficient? The coeva. There's no number in front of it. So is it 0 or your imaginary 1? So it has to be your imaginary 1 right there. See that? Your imaginary 1. So you're going to put 1, and then don't forget your z. Your z. Okay? So remember, when there's a letter by itself, it's a 1. So make sure you put a 1. All right? So far, so good? So what did we do today? This is kind of everything I wanted to teach. So if I go back to the lesson, oops, let me go back. Hold on. Go there. Okay. So if we go back, and that's the beauty about this, is I could go back. We talked about what? Adding integers, right? That's what we've been doing. And then we talked about what? Negative 3x, right? What negative 3x, oops, sorry, let me get this real quick. What this means, right? Negative 3x minus 7 is negative 3 times an unknown x minus 7. We talked about 2y. We talked about this. 2 times an unknown y. We talked about 5. Yeah.
Are they gonna like start doing that one math thing where they give us a number for the like the letter, the variable, and they tell you like, oh, x equals like
No,
so
no.
huh?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do that's baby stuff. Like if like yeah, like 2y and then y is 3.
Yeah.
No,
And
no,
then
no,
when they put
no.
the variable next to the number, then you like multiply it and then do the rest.
Yeah, no, that's baby stuff. We're gonna do the next step to that. All right, but yeah, I understand which one. So then what we did is we went over expression. All right, what's a coefficient and a variable? Right over here, the coefficient and then the variable. Remember, they have and that's why I call it the coeva because they're together. The number with the letter, coeva. Okay, so that's this right here. And then the number without it is what? Is called the constant, right? And that's what we did right here. Your constant. That's just the number by itself. Okay, all right. And then it has two terms. So now we went over some problems. Okay, 3a minus 4b plus negative 5c minus 8. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay, we got 4 terms. And then here's your coeva, coeva, right? Coefficient variable, coefficient. This one does not because that's going to be called your constant. All right, so what are your variables? Your variables, I'm going to go ahead and put a different color right here. Here are your variables, your A, your B, and your C, and then that's why we put it right here. A, B, C. See that? Right there. And then the other one is your coefficient is right here. Your 3, your negative 4. Don't forget the negative 4 right there. And your negative 5. Okay? So that is your coefficient right there. Right there. Okay? And then the last one we said was your what? Your constant. Right here. Your constant. That's what we went over. You could see it. And that's your negative 8. The one by itself. You see the colors? Pretty cool, huh? That I could use the color. See the blue with the blue. Constant because it's by itself. All right? That's what we went over. So then we went to a bigger expression. And now we said there were 5. All right? And the one key here was the x and the y. A lot of kids are going to put x squared. Don't put x squared because that's not your variable. The variable is only the letter, so don't put squared. All right, just the x and just the y, and then also the z since we said the z. All right, so far so good. So that's it for the lesson. I didn't want to do too much, okay, but that was it for the lesson that I was doing. And let me see, where is ah? So where do I go? Hold on, hold on. Oh, I don't know if I recorded this. Oh man. Hold on. It gave me the countdown. Oh, there it is. Screen recording. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, guys. So let me see. Alright, screencastify video details. Where is it? Oh, what if I go to it? Yeah, because this is my first time doing this. Hold on, where is this? It's gotta be somewhere. Oh, here it is. And that